Quick concept check. On breakouts, we're looking for very positive reward to risk ratios. And ideally speaking, we're looking for at least 1.5 to 1 reward to risk ratios. Our minimum requirement's 1 to 1 reward to risk ratio. We want to see 1.5 to 1 at target 1, 2 to 1 at target 2. And that's ideal speaking. Now remember, the calculated reward is the distance between your target price minus your entry price. And so here's an example in the training, $43 target, $40 entry, that's $3 reward. And the risk here in this example is entry price to stop loss. Entry price of 40, stop loss at 39, that's a risk of 1. So that'd be a 3 to 1 reward to risk ratio. You take the reward, you divide it by the risk, that gives you the ratio. So again, 3 divided by 1 equals 3, so that's a 3 to 1 reward to risk ratio. Now, I'm going to switch gears here and go over into Thinkorswim here. And I'm going to use their Analyze tab and basically lay out the game plan here, where we're going to use the trigger criteria. We're going to talk about the stop loss criteria and target 1 and target 2 criteria from the scouting report. Let me actually just go back to that scouting report real quick here and show you the criteria for the scouting report. Now, so here it is, RSG. We want to enter above resistance at 90.65, a conservative stop loss below 80.65, and a target 92.50 to 95. Now, I can already tell, just doing some really rough math, that if we use this stop loss and target 1, we're not going to have a reward to risk ratio of 1.5 to 1 or better. But we will have a 2 to 1 ratio if we hit that 95. So I took the liberty of laying that out inside of the Thinkorswim platform underneath the Analyze tab. And again, just showing you a simulated trade here. What I've got laid out here are those criteria. So we've got an entry price. We want to put that entry price above, again, 90.65. So let me make sure we get that in there. 90.60 was the minimum criteria, so we go 90.61. And then we want to put our stop loss, again, down below 90.60. Oh, stop loss below 88.65. So I got that down here at 88.63. And then target 1, 92.50, target 2, 95. Now, if you look over here at the profit and loss, the risk is about $200 from entry to stop loss. At target 1, the reward is 185, so that's not even 1 to 1 reward to risk ratio. It's a little shy of that. But at target 2, we have a $435 gain. So again, if you take 435 and you divide it by 200, the risk, you've got a reward to risk ratio that is just better than 2 to 1. Now, those entry and exit criteria from the scouting report are, good guidelines, but it's really ultimately up to you to pick your entry stops and targets. So I could potentially use a tighter stop method. The reason we put it down there is below the pivot point. You could go below candlestick lows and make sure you're at least 1 ATR away. You could risk about 130 to have a $185 reward at target 1 and a nice $400 reward at target 2. So the idea behind reward to risk ratio, and if it doesn't meet your criteria, simply put, you don't place the trade. You don't force the trade unless you get the reward to risk ratio. So in this case, I might be inclined to use a trail stop in lieu of a stop loss below the pivot on the cup and handle. And so, we could use a trail stop. They have a $1.30 ATR. So maybe if I used a $1.50 trail stop, and then as we entered here, we shot for that 92.50 and then trailed it up to 95, we could maintain that favorable reward to risk ratio. Now, the market doesn't care how much you can afford to lose, but you have to look at it in a perspective of what can the market give. And in this particular case, I think the targets are realistic. The stop loss question, it'd be nice to be able to put it down below the pivot point. But in this case, it's a breakout with a cup and handle, and it's already moving away if it breaks out. So using a trailing stop loss a little greater than that 1 ATR is going to be reasonable to help us maintain that favorable reward to risk ratio. Now, again, the STEP system gives you the guidelines. The scouting report gives you some kind of minimum, maximum criteria entry, and ultimately it's up to you to plan your trades, to pick your triggers, to pick your stop losses, to pick your targets, and to use the method you learn in the STEP system to help guide you along. This looks like a reasonably decent trade. I'll go ahead and plan and place that on my own time.